Good afternoon from the Pompey Observatory. We are trying something new today. This is Larry, our new Lymow lawnmower. My wife had the privilege of naming Larry. And since it has a camera, we are testing it. Happy Sunday, Zena. Excuse my silliness, but I'm having fun watching Larry mow the lawn. Oh, don't know why you cannot hear me. Let me see what we need to do here. Okay, it's Windows that adjusts my microphone settings. Stand by. Thank you. Audio settings. How about now? Can you hear me now? Yeah. Well, look at it. It's mowing. Yeah, Windows keeps adjusting settings on me. I did not know what to expect on this first light, but it seems to be doing its job. The map on the right shows the green stuff is where it's mowing. The orange stuff is a pond where I don't want it mowing. Yesterday I created the maps, and we'll see how well it's gonna do. If I have to go fish it around the pond, that will be unfortunate. Plus, right now it is on the side of the house that does not have Wi-Fi, so we needed to come around to finish this first part. We will lose the camera feed repeatedly here. Let's see if we can do the following. No, we were happier the other way around. Hello, Bill. This is my new Lymow 1 Plus. After a lot of research, we decided to go with this one. And since it has a camera, we decided to do a first light. I don't know what it's doing, but the map on the left shows that it is moving all the way down without mowing. I don't know why. Gina, I am hoping on Monday we will have the Venus-Jupiter conjunction. As you can see, a view of the Pompey Observatory there. Oh, it is mowing. Okay. Don't know why the map is not showing the mowing. Oh, there we go. Thank you. It doesn't like to be zoomed in. Okay, we will unzoom it. Some of the interesting features of this telescope is it can communicate via Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, or 4G cell. It weighs 80 pounds, and that is not easy to lift. But it has an interesting feature of being able to lift the mower deck off the ground and clean it, literally hose it. Very mowing curly, yes. So some of the testing this afternoon is when the battery runs low, and right now it is at 83% battery. I don't know if you can see it down here. When the battery runs to 15%, it will return to the garage, plug in and recharge, and that'll be the end of our session. It can mow at 45-degree angles. We have a very, very steep hill here that is reasonably unsafe to be riding a mower on it. This little fella has no problem. The orange is the no-mow zone. This is the pond, yeah, and I do not want it mowing the pond. Yeah, it does about just about a meter per second.
It looks like epoxy, but it's not. These are our polyaspartic floor coatings. We're talking a one-day coating installed right over your existing concrete. It's 4 times stronger than epoxy, completely blocks oil and hot tire marks, and won't chip.
Well, it was supposed to save me time, but I'm sitting and watching. So tomorrow night, with the conjunction between Jupiter and Venus, it's going to happen right after sunset. That's going to be very likely a cemetery visit. And right now, the weather forecast looks good for tomorrow night. So I'm going to see if I can start imaging them both during daytime while they are high in the sky. Catch them side by side at sunset, and then come back and have a night of observing and imaging of other targets. We'll see. So there it is, going very, very steep uphill here, and it has no problem. I am sure it has an astronomical future once I figure out how to point the camera, you bet. It may be the way to see the Milky Way, we will see. But yeah, there it is. It seems to be moving fairly evenly. Hello, Alan. Well, I figured I'm testing it. Might as well share the test with you guys since it has a camera on it. I haven't tried to do foxes with it. We have a brand new baby deer, a fawn, that must have been born a few days ago. It's tiny, full of spots, and is always jumping happily around mama. We'll see if we can catch it. Hi, Jeannie. Jeannie, we're testing the new telescope. It happens to be riding on a lawnmower. The green parts of the map are the areas that have been mowed. The orange parts, that's the pond where we do not wish to mow. It has detected a leaf sticking out and it's going around it. It is fun, Jeannie. I'm hoping that we get to see the deer and the fawn if they come out to visit. They were here this morning and yesterday. It does a good job at avoiding the plants and otherwise. I tried throwing things in front of it and it definitely avoids them. Paper mow. No. You may not see the stream too often. You can tell the left side has been mowed and the right has not, and there is a significant difference. By my estimate, it should mow about 1/10 of an acre per hour. And if you look to the right on the screen, right here is where I'm rebuilding my igloo after being blown to pieces. It is on the patio. Anybody knows what this is? This is the vent of a septic tank. Alan, we call these plants. Well, if you just joined us, you're watching the premiere of Larry Moore at the Pompey Observatory. It's not as bad as watching paint dry or grass grow, but it's a close second. It's a smell-o-vision. Yeah, when you live in the country, these are some added features that you get that you would not have if you live in the city. Jeannie, you don't spell it, you smell it. And the Skyshed pod is to the right, obviously. That's where we have the big 11-inch telescope. As Larry gets closer, I will point to you the differential GPS receiver that came with the mower. Bill, you know about differential GPS. GPS can give a resolution of about 3 to 4, 5 feet, maybe, with the additional antenna where the mower is using satellites as well as a fixed ground antenna, we can get a resolution of about 1 centimeter. Let me show you RTK. The location precision is 1 centimeter right now. It has 23 satellites and 22 in the L1 band, 24 in the L2, 14 L5, and an incredibly good signal-to-noise ratio with a data error of 0. So the base station allows for differential GPS to give us a 1 centimeter resolution. That's why it does not get into the pond. There we go again. Actually, we have on that hill, the grandchildren can go sledding down it. It's about a 30-degree incline. It's not a small hill, it's a big hill. That's why I went with this lawnmower. As I was doing my research, it had a couple of things that other lawnmowers did not have. The first one is the 45-degree incline. It has tracks as opposed to wheels. Let me show you. These are the big tracks, and that alone was significant. The other thing that it does have that other mowers do not is it uses real mower blades as opposed to the clumsy plastic discs with tiny pieces of metal that it's swinging around. These are real mower blades. It weighs about 80 pounds, and the deck is separate from the mower, and I can lift it by pushing a button in the back and then clean it without having to lift the 80-pound mower. Come on, there we go. No, it is electric. It has a 150 watt-hour battery or a 15 watt-hour battery. It has an 80-pound battery, whatever. It mows about an hour and a half, and it takes an hour to recharge and then comes back out. Right now it's down to 65%. We started at 95%. It is heavy, it is mean looking, it does the job. It has a lot of AI features in it that surprised me. For example, as it approaches the docking station to recharge. There are brushes that will clear any grass clippings that may have collected on the electric contacts. It will clean them as it's coming to dock, so it has a firm connection. Another very fancy feature, it has two spinning blades. But if you program it not to throw clippings onto the outside of the lawn, for example, where the lawn comes near the house or the patio, it will turn off one blade, the one that is facing the house, and uses the other blade so that it's not throwing clippings in the wrong direction. It also has a mulching feature, which I'm not using tonight or this afternoon. That allows it to mulch the grass as it's cutting it, so you don't need to worry about collecting it, picking it up, or doing away with it. Mapping the yard was a fun exercise. It's basically just a matter of using the remote control, which is the app. Let's see if we can see it. Robot not ready for remote control. Okay. The tablet or the phone will turn into a remote control. Walking the mower around the perimeter and then identifying the no-mow zones, like the pond. And then that's it. And I can have up to 80 zones. This one cannot. There is another, a Yarbo, another make and model, where you can remove the mowing deck and put a snow plow or a snow blower. Yeah, lots of parameters are programmable. I'm using it default for now until I get the hang of it and then decide what needs to be changed and how we can adjust things. The brown stuff at the very corner of the picture is the roof of the igloo. This is the igloo that I'm rebuilding. At the edge also I have the option of having it stay a couple of inches away from the very edge or ride over the edge. I don't want it riding over the edge yet. We can use a hedge trimmer to do that. See you later, Jeannie. We're not going to be on too long. We're at 61%. I just want to show folks how it will, I hope, find its way back to the garage and dock itself. If you slide all the way to the beginning of the show, you will see it undocking and going down. I have to admit, I did not know it had a camera when I bought it. I thought it was LiDAR driven, but it sure has a camera. Goodbye, Jeannie. Alan, are you guys going to be able to see the Jupiter-Venus conjunction tomorrow night. At Bill's suggestion, I may use the Lymow to image the conjunction. That should be fun. Bill, I don't know if you saw the news earlier this week. There was another Tesla accident somewhere in California where it fell off a 300-foot cliff. And when emergency rescue arrived, they saw the driver, the husband, standing waving to them. The wife was pinned but was only very slightly injured. That was on a very narrow, windy road. We don't know if he was on his cell phone or what happened, but they had to use helicopters and ropes to pull them out. But that's another case of the car protected the passengers. It's the Mulholland Highway in Malibu on May 30.
Take your investigation.
Shh. Yeah, I had the Toyota before the Tesla with the self-steering. It was fun until it hit the garbage can and demolished the front. Because it was using radar, not camera, and the garbage can, very large plastic garbage can that had been blown onto the highway, it did not see it. By the time I saw it, there was nothing to do because there were cars in the other lane, other than slam the brake and slow as much as possible to reduce the impact, and I still ended up with multi-$1,000 in damage from a plastic garbage can. Yeah, this is the article, Bill. I'm going to be putting my Tesla to the test when I go to Green Bank Observatory, where there is no cell coverage. And since they have not equipped Teslas with Starlink yet, it's going to be interesting to see how well it does when it cannot call home in terms of navigation. Hello, Dylan. Well, it is it has a camera on it, so it counts as first light. We are doing good, Dylan, and we're preparing for tomorrow night's Venus-Jupiter conjunction. Please join us. I have all day to plan. The coverage looks like it's going to be a clear night. I'm looking forward to seeing Jupiter and Venus and then moving on to some good targets. Yeah, I don't know about putting those computers in space. It's going to be interesting. I haven't planned it, Bill, yet, but they say it'll be right after sunset. Let me see what the schedule is here. If I can see them with the big scope, yeah, big scope is not going to be able to see them from here. According to Stellarium, Venus. When I connect to the internet with Starlink, the geolocation puts me smack in the middle of the ocean, which is not where I want to be. Pompey, New York. Use this location tomorrow. We need the sun out. Yeah, Jupiter and Venus are going to be two degrees apart. I don't know how you would call that conjunction, but hey, 2 degrees apart. So the big scope will not be resolving them by any means, actually. No scope is going to resolve them except for DWARF. Yeah, 2 or 3 degrees apart, depending how you look at it. So we may end up just going live and having fun with everything else. So probably around 9 p.m. Bill. Goodbye, Alan. Have a good night. Yeah, there is the pond to the right. There it is. Right now it is mowing around the pond. Too bad the sky cam cannot show Larry. That was a bit closer to the edge than I'm comfortable with. For some reason the map is not updating. Here it's looking for the fawn. We're at 48%. Yeah, the plan is to let it mow all night when the night is clear, like tomorrow night. It can turn the lights on and see its way around. It does not mow very tall grass because it considers it as plants and does not cut it. So I may have to go with a hedge trimmer or a weed whacker or something and cut the areas that it did not cut so that it will cut them in the future. There have been several documented, kidnappings. People seeing it mow, noticing there is nobody around, they just pick it and walk away with it. By turning the camera on and the GPS locator, you can see exactly who they are and where they are going. And then the challenge becomes convincing police to go bring it back to you. I have not looked into that yet, but I don't know if I can save it in an app. It allows me to turn the camera on. I can certainly save it my way by having a screen capture and save that with OBS Studio. Straight into the pond. Stop. Oh, good. It's not showing the thin layer around the pond, or the thin lap around the pond. So far it is performing as advertised. It has a rain sensor. When it detects rain, it goes home. I don't know how many functions it will let me demo here. Device settings. There's a vehicle LED. No mowing during the rain. It has a handbrake. If the charger is at an angle, I have mine flat. Auto return to dock on error. I'm going with the defaults. I have it turned on. Return to dock, direct route, but it's following the perimeter, so don't know. And that's the volume. It talks to the dogs when it starts mowing or otherwise. I have not done any scheduling yet. I'm just doing things manually. But that is the big one, the network settings. Right now I'm using Wi-Fi. Connected over Starlink, and we finally got the 4G to work, and 4G in theory should allow it to it's not connected right now, activated. It should allow it to go far from the house and still work. Find my robot if it gets lost, anti-theft lock device, etc. And like everything else, over-the-air upgrades. Yeah, they update the firmware a lot more frequently than I care for. Racing to the pond. On the camera, you may be able to see two shiny objects in the center on the mower. These are the contacts. This one and this one. And here they are. These are the two. As it approaches the dock, brushes will clean them because they're collecting clippings and dirt. It will clean them so it will have a firm connection. These are the two lights that it uses when it mows at night. That is the lead sensor. I don't know where the camera is at this point, but these are LiDAR sensors as well on the side. Oh no, I should have the Seestar out. And DWARF 3 had an app update and a firmware update, and I can no longer use the DWARF for this kind of imaging. The delay between scope and app has become multiple seconds and extremely jumpy. I can no longer use it to track deer or rabbits or anything in the backyard, which is unfortunate. Now I have to go and see if DWARF 2 can allow me to do that, because we have a very, very tiny baby fawn that I'd like to put on camera. Last storm of the winter took down our flag. We have it back up again. Don't know if you see it to the right of the house on this picture. The flag goes up the hill on the other side of the pond. It'll become obvious. Apparently it has a feature which converts dog poop into fertilizer, which I expect we'll be testing soon, as soon as I send it in. The fenced-in area here is the dog run or the dog yard. It is fenced for the dogs to run in. And this is the gate, the little connector between the two zones. So when it is mowing the dog yard, it can return home by exiting into the big zone, following the perimeter and going up, and that's where it parks. Yeah, this is some rough terrain that it's dealing with. Yeah, the setup was straightforward. It's very well thought out. I called the app Arcane initially, but I figured it out. My guess is between unboxing it, actually between FedEx dropping it off and having it running, was less than 90 minutes. The packaging was really ingenious. They have a bottom, they have a top, and they have a side, and as soon as you open the top, you can remove the sides, and then you can roll the mower off the bottom because you can open that as well. So there was no need to lift the mower out of the box. Setting up the differential GPS, what they call RTK, was really a piece of cake. I just put it next to the SkyShed pod to draw power from there, and it immediately told the app that we have GPS lock, and from there on it transmitted retransmitted the GPS signals from its location. So whatever the mower was receiving from GPS allowed the 1 centimeter resolution, which is incredibly good. Driving it manually with the remote control, I could do that immediately as soon as it was off the box. We had to charge the battery. It came at about 70%, but I did not wait. I started using it to verify that I had all the features working. The only tricky part was having it find the docking pad, the charging pad. The charging pad is dumb. There's nothing in it, just the 2 power connections. Plug it in the wall. All the smarts are in the app and the device. Now, just like the Tesla, I am frustrated by the split of the things that you can do from the app versus the things that you must do from the vehicle. On the Tesla, I'm always faced with, I'd like to do that from the app, but they say no, you have to do it from the screen inside the car, and vice versa. The same is true with this device. I'd like to be able to, using the app, to lift the dock so I can wash it. They say, nope, you cannot do it, you have to do it at the device itself. Getting used to what I can do from the device versus what I can do from the app is going to get some getting used to. The manual is good, but Aura is better. I have opened an Aura session dealing with the Lymow 1 Plus, and I go back to it often and ask questions. The 4G has been flaky. This afternoon was the first time that I had a solid connection, but then again, I live in a part of the country where there is no cell coverage. Now, if I can add AI to it, programming the parameter was simply walking with the mower. That's all I did. Without the blades turned on, with the blades turned off, it was just using the remote control to walk it. I told it, let us define a zone, and that's what we did. I don't know if it's going to let me edit here. No. Okay. I walked around the perimeter by remote controlling it like a small remote controlled car. There are other people who did it the smarter way. They put it on a cart and pulled it behind them. Because the mower does not have to be working, it's just the GPS and the app. I asked them if I could program the perimeter by just walking with my cell phone. They said, no, you need the centimeter resolution by walking the mower around the perimeter. Yeah, programming the perimeter was my biggest worry, and it turned out to be extremely straightforward. Just walk around the perimeter until it closes again, save it, name it, identify the no-mo zones, and the biggest challenge was this one, Bill. The return to station. You have to have a return channel from the mo zone so it knows how to find its way back to the charger. That black thing is supposed to be the charging station. And I walked that only once. I told it I want to build a channel from the end of the mo zone to the charger. And that was that. But that was non-intuitive, if that's a term. Back to map. Okay, we are at 33%, so in another 10-15 minutes it'll be going home. Okay, now it's showing mowing between the two no-mow zones. Yes. I joined a Facebook group of the Lymow 1 Plus and found myself unjoining it as quickly as I joined it, because it was full of people who do not own one, do not know what it looks like, have never seen one, bashing it and calling it all sorts of names. Apparently people enjoy doing that. You may not recall, but this was the early days of the DWARF telescope on their page, on the Facebook page, were people trashing the scope who had never seen one or owned one, until our friend who runs the group decided to make joining only for those people who can prove that they own one, and suddenly it calmed down. Yes, Bill, that's exactly what it's going to do. As soon as it exits the mow zone and it's following the channel back to the dock, it will turn off the blades and just tralla slowly. So before I committed, I found a YouTube channel of an older gentleman with over 500,000 subscribers. And the guy was very candid. He said, I bought it with my own money. I'm not getting anything for reviewing it. I just needed a mower. And that's the one I bought. And he had an extremely thorough review that gave me the comfort to click on send it in. I bought it directly from the Lymow page. I used PayPal for extra protection, whatever it is. But they were running a promotion over Memorial Weekend where they said if you buy it by Tuesday, which is when I clicked buy, They say they throw in an extra year of warranty, they'll throw in an extra pair of blades, they will pay the sales tax, and they will pay the shipping. Shipping a 124-pound box from California to New York is not inexpensive. And I did not mind at all that they were willing to pay my 8% sales tax, and that they were willing to throw in an extra pair of blades. I said, send it in. Oh, yeah, and plus $200 off. This is one of our inverted carts. This is the fence. You can see I extended it by an extra 2 feet to keep Bella in. She used to jump the 4-footer. She has not jumped the 6-footer yet, and yet is the operative term. Barring any unexpected mechanical failures, I like it so far. It does the job. I'm anxious to see how well the camera works at night looking at the stars, to see if it can see the Milky Way or what. I mean, putting it at a 45-degree angle, I should be able to see things. The map keeps on updating. There we go. This should be going straight up towards the flag. There's no wind for it to wave, but there is the flag. They do caution against storing it in very cold weather during winter. So looks like it's going to have to move into our basement for winter. I cannot store it in the garden house or the garage for winter. Yeah, cleaning it should be a piece of cake. It is IXP6, IPX6, whatever, water rated. So I should be able to hose it with a water cannon. And considering that the camera shows the mowing dock, it may be appropriate to put a tiny flag on it. It has a bumper in the front. It detects if it hits anything and backs off. That's in addition to the cameras. We're at 25% battery, so it's gonna run another 10 minutes. Let's see, how long have we been running? We've been running for 90 minutes, roughly. So 75% over 90 minutes means we're gonna be running another 12-13 minutes before it goes home. Calculator. Yeah, we have another 13 minutes and then it goes home. Next time it turns, I will show you the RTK dish. It does dock in one, actually. If you slide the stream to the very beginning, you will see the QR codes that it uses to orient itself. Regardless of where it sees them, it can hone in or just go straight to them. Yeah, the only time I had paid attention to things being waterproof, Genie, was my watch, my running watch. Now you can see the flag slightly better. There we go. It has a floodlight on top, solar charged. Now if you pay attention, when it turns left, you should be able to see the antenna at the corner of the deck. There it is, this tiny thing here. Okay, gone. That's the differential GPS transmitter. Genie, why do you need a waterproof adapter since it never rains in Southern California. You did not know I made money singing, right? They used to pay me to stop. And there is the Starlink dish off the kitchen deck. I shall refrain from stopping the video, not that I know how to do that, and attempt to show you a couple of things on the side of the house. Okay, not gonna happen. All right. Jeannie, we're 8 minutes from returning home. When the battery reaches 15%, it will stop mowing and work its way back. And as soon as it recharges, it will come back down. Ah, okay. Fake palm tree lights. Are the lights fake or the palm trees fake? The windows up there is where I am, waving. There is the Starlink dish, and there is the RTK antenna, and there is the big scope. We have the entire side of the house for technology. And inside is the kitchen. I decided not to tackle these. I don't know what they are. That sounds like fun, Jeannie. Bill, how much lawn do you have to deal with? I understand that golf courses are adopting these technologies more and more, since they have to mow their lawn every night. There is a company out there that leases the bigger mowers, much bigger, that will go out on a golf course, mow the whole thing, night after night, every night, and have it ready for the morning. Yeah, I need to go clear whatever that stuff is down there. Oh, I see. Okay. I hope it doesn't think that it's trapped. That is a test of AI to see if it can get itself out of this bind. There we go, good. Yeah, this is supposed to do about 1.5 acres per day. It does 1/3 of an acre per sortie. Hey Jeannie, if it makes you happy, it's not bland. How's your mom doing? Now my Tesla, on the other hand, just had a firmware upgrade, and it no longer knows how to get out of the garage, and I'm not kidding you. Doesn't know how to get in, doesn't know how to get out. So in about a minute we will be heading home to recharge. Battery is low, the robot is returning to the dock to recharge. It's going to lift, I think, the deck to avoid rubbing against the grass and then head home. It's trying to find the perimeter and then follow it home. This is the steep part of the hill. There's the garden house, the red thing down there. We lost the Wi-Fi connection. Come on, Larry. It's on the very other side of the house. See if 4G will do better. Let's see if we give it somebody else here. Sorry about that, folks. Not good. Everything is offline. Okay, thank you for joining me, guys. Trying to dock. There it is, it has docked. Sorry I could not show you the mower going into the garage, but these are the QR codes that it aims at and docks automatically against them. So, it was fun visiting with you under false pretenses. So we will play the good night song and we'll catch you tomorrow. Since this was first light, I did not pay much attention to connectivity on that side of the house. If we do this again, we'll try to get that part done right.